Hello, dear parents. Topic for today is positive parenting. Through this series, I would like to go through the cycle of making you understand the subtleties in parenting. As you know, there is no other force in the world which is more important in shaping the life of a child than a family. A family with good values and great parenting is the foundation for the overall development of a child. It is known that families which involve in activities like family outings, or family meals, or reading out aloud, these kids have better cognitive skills, their learning capacity is high, their social phobias are less, and they turn out to be better citizens. And it is also known through a lot of research that single parents, broken families, families where there are a lot of conflicts, these kind of kids raised in such families are known to have problems associated with development. They have a lot of phobias, they have poor social interaction, they are known to be delinquent, they are known to involve in cheating, lying and stealing, even to extent that sometimes they might be involved in crime. Occasionally they have heartbreaks and they have difficult adolescence. So dear parents, please pay keen attention, since it is a long video where we would try to make you understand the important attributes of parenting, wherein through this gradually it will build up a level of knowledge about parenting to you. May not be that you are going to face all of these situations, yet to some extent you are going to face these problems through the development. So please see these videos and revisit them, and whenever applicable, try to apply them. At the end of the video, we would like to ask you what other problems you have faced, and we would try to solve these problems with these attributes. So, what is positive parenting? Positive parenting is something which includes the safety of the child, the health of the child, taking care of his nutrition and his overall development, which also includes his emotional and behavioral development. There are various attributes to positive parenting. Let's discuss each of them separately. The first attribute is protective parenting. Let's try to understand this. Protective, why the parent has to be protective? Because as you know, as the child keeps on growing, he has an inherent feeling of exploring, an inherent feeling of being independent. If we curtail this, then it is going to definitely harm him in later life. Yet, you know, there are a lot of risks with this kind of behavior. Every time he tries to learn a new skill, maybe there are some risks involved. Say, if the child learns the skill of cycling, or the child learns the skill of swimming, you know that child might drown while swimming, you know that it might cause some bodily injury when he cycles. Yet, we allow it. As a parent, positive protective parenting involves being there for him, saying that I am going to help you come across this risk. I am going to hold the cycle and allow you to learn. I am going to be there to prevent you from falling or drowning. I am going to be there for you when you master a skill and become an expert in it. So, dear parents, please be a protective parent. You have to be watchful and expecting, yet not curtail his independence or his exploration. Through this, there are various times in your life where you might have to choose between his safety and his ability to learn a new skill. We have to balance this and learn from these examples so that our protection does not curtail his independence or his exploratory abilities. The second attribute is being positive. So what positive inculcates is showing warmth, being supportive and being optimistic. It basically resolves around the concept of reinforcement and reward system. Let's deal with this an example. So if a child misbehaves in a house when there are guests, instead of harshly punishing him, you can get back to him, understand and make him realize what is a right behavior. Allow him to show his right behavior in his future interactions. Make necessary small tweaks if possible. Appreciate him for doing those right behaviors. Reinforce them and allow him to grow and develop new right manners. So this is how you involve warmth and supportiveness. Now, how do you show your optimism? Think of this, that your kid deals with a complex problem. Let's take example of building a house out of blocks. Your child might not be able to do it in the first instance. We should not get disheartened right away. We should split the activity into smaller activities. Let's say building house includes building of towers. Let him do the tower, appreciate him for it, encourage him. Let him build the bridges. If he can do that, appreciate him. So once you split the larger activity into smaller halves, he can be encouraged for those small achievements. With this, he will have a sense of achievement and might progress in the right direction. So, positive parenting always involves not being disheartened, being always optimistic, providing warmth, and being supportive. Now, third very important attribute is being progressive. So, what being progressive essentially means is that the parent should be up to date with the necessary skills, knowledge which the child should develop at that particular age. Say for example, a child of 3 years is able to join words, can recognize his sex. A 4-year-old child is able to create sentences. He can count pennies. A 5-year-old child can tell 4 or 5 colors. He can narrate a story. He can even count some pennies. So, by knowing and understanding the right amount of development the child should have, the parents can essentially contribute towards the right direction of growth. We have seen so many parents who are hands-on parents, that is, they try to teach them numerous skills. They try to be very advanced. In this way, sometimes the kids are put under a lot of stress, and occasionally the parents might feel disheartened that the child is not achieving the desired skills which he feels is right for the age. Sometimes the other group of parents are who are negligent and they don't teach the right skills for the right age. Essentially what it does is it pulls him down into a spiral of having a lower self-esteem. He feels bad that his peers know more than him, and gradually reduces his scholastic cognitive abilities and ultimately causes a problematic childhood. The fourth attribute is being purposeful. This is a very important part wherein you realize that the parenting should be goal oriented, we should be consistent, and there should be a routine. Let's see what happens is, as the child grows, the child has various interests. The child may be interested in dancing, singing, sports, academics. As a parent, we should foster and allow him to choose his own liking. We must also see that in which skill he can be better or he can improve. If he is doing something well, we should take extra interest and allow him to promote it. And if we see that he has a talent, then we should allow him to master it. So what I tell is, there are some cricketers who are very bad at academics. There are a lot of good actors who are very bad at sports. So let's not force each child to be good in academics or to be good in sports or to be good in a particular attribute which you feel is right. every child is an individual. He has a various sets of talents, also has a particular interest in every different talent which he can master. So as a parent, our parenting should be in such a way that we should be purposeful in motivating and promoting the desired skill which the child has, and maybe if possible make him the master in the skill which he has. Alright, another essential skill is being playful as a parent. Now let's try to understand with an example. Say your kid wants you to buy a storybook. You buy it, you read it aloud. Next, you ask your kid to read it along with you. Then you make your kid to read it aloud to the family. You can even make your kid read it out to his friends. Make him read it in his school. You can even ask him to enact it in the house or even enact it in the school. In this way, what you essentially did is you allowed the child to choose what he wants to do. You inculcated a positive behavior in him in the form of pro-reading behavior. You supervised him and made him read in front of his friends. You allowed him to have social interaction. You went ahead and added another attribute of acting. So in this way, he developed so many new attributes through play. As a parent, we should always improvise and make his play time also the time to learn new skills. I hope through these videos I am reaching to parents and trying to solve their problems. Since this is a difficult series, complex to understand and difficult to assimilate, we are splitting this into 3 parts. In the following videos, we are going to deal with more complex situations like an adolescent having problems with drugs or smoking, a teenage having issue of heartbreak, and many more. I think throughout our parenting, all of us must have faced significant difficult problems, and if so, please mention them in the comment section. We will try to address them through positive parenting attributes and allow you to solve them by yourself and see how these complex difficult problems can be broken down into smaller simple attributes which can help you have a healthy and happy parenting. Thank you.